We find ourselves in a world that is much different, one that sees us returning to the origin of our very being. As heritage is deep-rooted in all of us, we return to our previous simplicity of life, a return to many things the pioneers experienced, a return that provides what the Wild Wild West was built on with one bridge: baseball. Baseball has provided us with memories, but this is the Wild Wild West. It has delivered names attached to those memories. Those names in the present, like Holcroft, Mushcott, Yovan, Fennings, Cooney, Halligan, Scoro, Davenport, Washburn, Hawkinen, Knight, Hardy, Stevens, and many more. Today, they are in Aurora, Oregon, one last time to provide you with the memories. Not memories of need, but memories of necessity. Know these players will ride into the sunset, honing their athletic skills and their education further in the coming weeks. So saddle up, enjoy the ride as the sun sets one last time for these gentlemen at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. So let's say it one more time, Ron. In the Wild Wild West, play ball. So there you go. We're going to look forward to tonight's game. It's a Portland Pickles team that's going to be taking on the Wild Wild West leading team in the Westland Knights. So we're looking forward to the action. 5:30 is game time. If you're not here, you're missing out. If you're not here, however, you can listen to one Carlo Jimenez, who's going to be doing the play-by-play up in the broadcast booth. We've got a fantastic amount of people that are going to be here tonight, under the limit, of course. But we are going to be make sure everybody is masked up. We're going to make sure that everybody's following all the protocol that have been set forth, because this is it. This is why we started this thing. This is why we're here. You'll be able to see the trophy given out. You'll be able to see the MVP Cup given away. You'll also see the very first time that an all Alan Miller all hair team has been given out. So
yes.
We're going to do all that here at the friendly confines of Bob Brock Stadium. We're also going to be making way for not only John Ryan on the show, who is one of the Portland Pickles owners, but also the gentlemen who have been responsible for the Diamond Crew, Randy Brock and his guys. So we're going to bring them in real quick. Ryan, Clark, gentlemen, how are you?
Hello,
Good
guys.
to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. We'll do this thing. We'll
Sure.
do that. There we go.
Yeah, we'll make the rounds
Captains,
here.
come on in. We're
Yeah,
going to have a
bring 'em
coin
in, bring
flip
'em
here.
in.
Thanks.
Yeah, everybody gets some. Yeah.
Hey, you know, we have to really honestly say that we appreciate from the bottom of our hearts what you've done. You've opened up yours to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You guys are the real MVPs of this season, that's for sure. At least in my
Well,
opinion. So.
We just appreciate the fact that you gave us the opportunity to come out here and host us. So
You gave us the
know,
opportunity to
so-
come into your lovely ballpark. Have had not one single player that has not expressed their appreciation of what you guys done, and we too are sharing right behind you if you want to look.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah, guys.
that's
Thanks,
awesome.
Randy.
That is great.
So we had everybody
Think
that
everybody got
everybody that's capable of signing their name, sign their name, and wished you the very best. So we just
Thank
let's
you.
everybody give them a big hand, will we? Come on now, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Diamond Crew and you guys have done an outstanding job. I tell you what, I'm just flabbergasted. I've been in many ballparks over my time. Of course, I'm old enough to have done that. But you guys, under the tutelage of Randy, have done a fantastic job. So thanks again. We appreciate it. Thanks for making it a bit of heaven on earth. So
Thank you. Thank
definitely
you. Appreciate it.
And you, sir, understand the game of baseball a little bit.
I've been around it for a while.
Been around it for a little bit. For those that you are watching and are not aware, Randy Brock is the coach here at North Marion High School and has 500 wins in OSAA play. Not very many people can say that, and not many people in the future will ever be able to say that. So again, another hand to the coach. Thank you, guys. And you know, last night I kind of named Python. How many of you guys? Python's the hose that they carry. You guys remember? That's right. Very good. Very good. Right on, man. So you guys have done a fantastic job. Thanks for making it look like it's a major league park in not a major league city.
Right.
But it's all major league in our heart. So appreciate it very much. You guys do a lot of hard work. So
Yeah,
I will rant and rave for a while if you want me to keep going. So I can
No,
do
that's
that.
okay.
But we do appreciate it. So you guys enjoy the game. Hopefully we'll bring you what you were looking for, and that's an outstanding ball game. on an outstanding field. So thanks one more time.
Thank you.
And carry on.
Thanks.
Good job, gentlemen. Hosey's getting ready. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Randy. Thanks, Coach.
You can tell they put in a lot of time out here. You see how tan their arms
They're
are?
tan, they're fit. You know, they make us, well, you know, anybody would make us. But anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to make room for one of our owners, John Ryan.
Yeah.
Many of you
John.
people know John from his time with the Green Bay Packers, the Seattle Seahawks, and now more importantly, he's a Rough Rider. He gets a chance to return home to Regina, so you've kind of had a good ride in football, but now your ride's in sports too with a different level. You're an owner.
Yeah, no, I've had a pretty decent career in football, playing professionally for, going on 17 years now, and that's kind of coming to an end pretty quickly, unfortunately, but it kind of taking more of my thought and my abilities and put them into this Portland Pickles and the Portland Gherkins and Wild Wild West League.
Wild Wild West League. It's kind of hard to believe that it's coming to a
And where did it go?
At least for this year, for an end. You know, who knows what's going to happen going forward. But you know, when you look at all the players that have come together to play in the Wild Wild West League, it's more than I ever thought. And I've been, you know, around for a little bit, but you know, it's just really exciting to see the quality and caliber of play.
The quality of ball that we've been lucky enough to watch for the last 4 weeks has just been incredible. You know, it's been, you know, the old league or the league we've played in the other years, the level of ball is very good, and this is right up there with it. You know, we didn't quite know at first what exactly we were going to get, and we got some of the best players in the Pacific Northwest out here playing ball.
And it's exciting to see the Portland Pickles involved in the championship game too. You know, being that that's where our roots are, and that's where our thoughts and dreams and aspirations have been for a number of years.
And you know, we're trying not to be homers, but I think we're all a bit of a homers tonight, and we're all going to be we all got our Pickles gear on, and we're hoping to bring home the first ever Wild Wild West League championship to Portland.
You know, and we can't be going on here at all without talking about your partner over there, Alan Miller, and also Scott Barkus, another guy. But you and Alan have spent an awful lot of time together thinking of these things, and you know, it's under Alan's close tutelage, and yours also, that really we bring all this to fruition for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah, it was a lot to pull off. Alan just worked his butt off, and you know, if you've Alan, the other owner of the Pickles, and if you've been around him, as we all have, the guy is really, I don't use the term loosely, the guy's a genius. You know, the things that he's able to pull off, I mean, no one in North America is pulling this off right now except for us. Yeah. You know, you see how much Major League Baseball is struggling with it. They can't quite get it right, and we've been out here for 4 weeks and taking every precaution, and you know, Peel said it was a pipe dream. We could never get it done, and here we are on the championship Sunday.
Well, you know, and the other thing too is, you know, you look at the different partners that have been involved, along with Zoom Care and I believe Adventist Health, and the 38-page protocol of how we were supposed to do that was approved by the mayor or the governor. So I mean, this is just following all of it to a T, and he's done very well, but all the players seem to be doing it quite well as well.
Yeah, we definitely didn't take it lightly. You know, we weren't just going on the baseball field and hoping nothing would happen. You know, that's not the way we approached it. You know, as I said, we had Adventist and Zoom Health on board with us to kind of help us take all these precautions and make sure we're doing all the right things. And you know, I think it's been great. So I've been very impressed. And as you said, the players. You know, this is not. You know, we can't have a bubble. You know, we don't have the big time money to put up the whole team in Walt Disney World like the NBA or whatever. So these guys have to, when they leave the park, they have to be very responsible, and they have been. And it's been great to see.
One of the things too is that you see the difference of, you know, not only the coaching staff of the Portland Pickles, but it really having been split, where you see Coach Hoppel coaching one team and you see Coach Barkus coaching the other team, and really I think it, you know, at least for me, it makes me recognize what kind of coaching staff that the Portland Pickles do have.
Oh, we're so fortunate, you know, to have Hoppy come out and do what he did with the Gresham team this year. You know, a team that we kind of put together a little bit more last minute than the other three teams, and just to see the job that he did with those guys, and just see how well they played for him. It just speaks volumes of just the overall coaching staff that we have in the Pickles. And when things return back to normal, hopefully next year in 2021, we got all those guys in the same dugout. It's gonna go back to our winning ways again.
You know, and speaking of winning ways, there's definitely a team behind us that's experienced a lot. They've got an outstanding coach, manager. You know, when you look at West Lynn, which is predominantly the Corvallis squad with you know, a few additions in there, they've actually done a lot of things. But hopefully there's a little magic in the Portland Pickles today where they can pull one off.
That's what the Portland Pickles is all about. Digging up a little bit of magic. The underdogs. No one's giving them a chance tonight, and this Corvallis or this West Lynn team is a hell of a baseball club, and we've been watching them all three of us been watching them take batting practice quite a few times in the last month, and it's a treat to watch. But as you said, maybe a little Portland Pickle magic tonight, and we shock them.
There's nothing wrong with having a little magic, so hopefully the Pickles will do it. But one of the things in batting practice is we noticed that it seemed to be a pretty loosey-goosey group over here with the Knights coming out. But then again, when Portland took the field for their batting practice, they were as well a little bit loosey-goosey.
Yeah, the Knights definitely came out here and they acted like they've been here before, and they were just having fun during batting practice. I think now we're kind of almost about 30 minutes before first pitch. I think guys maybe tighten up a little bit and not necessarily take it more serious, but you're kind of more in game mode come these last 30 minutes before opening pitch.
John, I want to kind of go back in the Wayback Machine, not too far way back, just a couple of years ago, to your involvement and how you and Alan decided to come aboard and kind of take over ownership. How did that come about, and tell us a little bit about your ownership.
It's a funny story. About 4 years ago, I know as I said, my career's coming to an end. It keeps on going on, but I want to branch out, and I have just a love for baseball and a love for the Pacific Northwest, and I want to kind of have roots in the Pacific Northwest. When my football days were done, I could still stay out here, and I started looking for a team, and we had a guy, a broker kind of guy, and he said, you got to meet this guy, Alan Miller. He's looking for the exact same thing. You guys have the same vision. I think you guys got to meet. And Alan and I we met and kind of hit it off right away. And then this opportunity came up with the Portland Pickles, and we bought part of the team. And over the next few years, it went from part of the team to the entire team, along with Scott Barkas. And now we're the owners of the team, and we've just had an absolute blast doing it. And it's been one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I'm very proud of it. I know Alan is too, and it's something that we're going to continue to do for many years to come.
Having been around football as much as you've been, is there other players that you've come across or shared the locker room with that are willing to take their interest into another area like you've done with baseball?
Yeah, I've never seen a guy or too many guys want to go into that side of it, go into the ownership side. A lot of guys kind of go in the investment or the real estate or different fitness type things. So I know that as guys' careers kind of get towards the end, and guys that are lucky enough to actually be able to see their career coming to an end, because a lot of times it ends very abruptly and not as long as most guys want it to. But you start to see guys kind of venture out a little bit, and I love it just because it's really hard from the guys I've talked to transition from the world of football since you've done it since you're 7 years old, and all of a sudden one day it's no longer there, and a lot of guys have nothing. So I've always thought it's really important to kind of have new things on the horizon to have when the game is over.
One of the things obviously in Portland, we're not too far south of Seattle, and there are a lot of Seattle Seahawks fans in the Portland market. Share with us what it's meant to you, and that fondness that everybody has for the Seattle Seahawks, but what it means to you when you're out in the Portland area or out in the public. How many people want to talk to you about the Seattle days?
It absolutely means the world to me. I never would expect that kind of notoriety when I first got to Seattle, and kind of the unknown Canadian ginger kid that was going around, and it turned into something that was something more than I could have ever imagined. I love the fans in Seattle, love the fans in Portland, just all the Pacific Northwest, and they've treated me far too good, far better than I deserve to, and I'm forever grateful for that.
One of the things I've noticed as being a person that has been in the Northwest for some time is that that as much as Seattle and Portland are different, their fan bases are the same, and that they both go hog wild over whatever you put in front of them. It doesn't matter if it's the Portland Pickles or the University of Washington or the Portland Trailblazers or the Seattle Seahawks. Yep. Everything that is done in the Northwest seems to get that interest and that extra oomph that you don't see anywhere else in the country. I
think part of it is they're a little bit, in terms of the national sports news, especially before Seattle had their success or Portland had some good years in basketball. We're just kind of out on an island over here. Mm-hmm. At any ESPN show, they'd show like a couple minutes of the Seahawks game at the very end or something like that. Like nationally, no one really cared about us. They're on the East Coast, they're already in bed by the time we're playing.
Exactly.
It's an afterthought, and I feel like it's really changed in the last 5 or 10 years around here. And I love the fans, and I was originally a Portland guy before the Seattle guy. I lived here in 2003 and 2004 when my brother-in-law was going to Western States Chiropractic College. So I was a Portland guy before the Seattle guy, and just love the Pacific Northwest. Even though Portland and Seattle are very different cities, they when it comes to sports, they still have that same that crazy drive just to be amazing fans.
As an owner and as a player, I mean, you're looking at the three of us, and we all have the little mask on, and how difficult is that, not only as a owner but also as a player, to be in this time?
Yeah, it's an adjustment for sure. You know, as you said, we're very fortunate we got to play baseball for a month, and right now, you know, I was able to be here for quite a bit of the time when, you know, normally I should be playing football up in Canada right now, but that's been postponed too. So it's definitely a unique time, and I think we're kind of getting used to the new normal is what it's kind of been. So. Whether or not we're going to be wearing these for the next 10 or 20 years, I hope not. But, you know, I think we're kind of getting used to this new normal, and hopefully life kind of returns to some kind of normalcy within the next little bit.
You know, and anybody that's still on their way, or somebody that, you know, it's important that when you're out at the ballpark that you wear this. I mean, you know, a lot of people they just kind of look at you funny if you tell them to put the mask on, but you know, none of us want to wear it, but we have to wear it.
No one wants to wear it. No one wants to have this on, especially a beautiful Sunday. It's got to be 75, 80 degrees out here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you're wearing this, but it's for me, it's just a respect thing. You're not wearing this for yourself. You're wearing this for the people around you. Just as a respect thing, you know. If there's people out here that I was talking to the other day that are 80, 85 years old watching their grandchildren play. Mm-hmm. Well, they want to be in a safe environment, and if people are walking around without masks on, it doesn't feel very safe. So it's more of a respect thing than anything for me.
The other thing that I really appreciate, John, is that you and Alan were able to work out the situation where you can allow people to come in. You can let them come out and see their grandkids or their kids or their aunts or their nephews and that sort of thing. So it's really been an important factor there, in that you guys didn't have to let people into this ballpark. You could have done it just like NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball is doing it, and just let the players in, the coaches, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's something we didn't take lightly. You know, we wanted to make sure that fans were safe when they came here. If you see, you know, the big X's in the stands, there are places where fans aren't welcome to sit to practice social distancing, and it's we've had a great reaction from the people that have come out to games. They've all felt safe. You know, we have obviously all the hand washing stations and the sanitizing stations, and Xander Clark out here earlier with the face mask washing, disinfecting. So we've done absolutely everything in our power to make it as safe as possible and for people to actually feel safe out here. And if you're not able to come, we're doing a great broadcast with you guys all summer, so it's been fun.
Well, we appreciate, both Ron and I appreciate you and Alan for letting us do it, and it's been a labor of love. It's not been a labor at all. It's just been fun.
Oh, it's been great. We appreciate you guys. Ron, thank you.
Appreciate it immensely. And anything else you want to say while you're...
Gold picks.
There we go.
Sprinkle a little pickle magic tonight. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Thank you, John.
John Ryan, he's one of the owners of the Portland Pickles, and we're proud to be here with him. Ron, you know, let's talk a little bit about the game. Let's talk about the facts that the team behind us is, well, they're looking at having another great lineup in front of them, and they're going to be starting Cooper Jerpy as the starting pitcher. But, you know, I think there's an ace up the sleeve for the Portland Pickles.
Yeah.
Can we just do this? I've been doing that the last couple days, and why are we doing that?
This up a little
Aaron
bit.
Davenport's made a return, so Big Aaron's going to be on the mound for the Portland Pickles. So you got to give Aaron a little bit of kudos for. I think he put away the surfboard and the volleyball net over there on the beach to come out and one more time give a little Pickles love.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going to be the reaction. You know, we have to say again, thanks to Randy Brock and the Diamond Crew for putting together a beautiful field to play on. We appreciate the efforts of everybody from Alan Miller to John Ryan to Ross Campbell to Colleen Schroet to everybody that's done anything and everything. And, you know, really our guy that's been holding our hand the whole way, Rory Neuenhausen, who's not only a great cowboy, has a heck of an arm, as you almost saw him throw it out of the ballpark last night. But then you got Carlo Jimenez up there, who's never even called anything outside of USC basketball. The kid's 19 years of age, and here he's putting on a show like nobody can believe.
He's done a heck of a job. You mentioned it the other night, and me having grown up in Los Angeles, once you mentioned it, I sat there and listened a little bit, and, you know, I really could hear a little bit of Vince Scully coming through. I think the kid's got a good career in front of him.
You know, and it
really
seems
do.
like anybody that's been in that LA market, you know, they had some great people to listen to. And it's when you talk about Vince Scully in baseball, there's none better than what that man was able to put out.
I
So
mean, when it comes to broadcasting, the man's a god. You know?
yes,
I mean,
definitely was. I mean, it was a sad day when he decided to give it up. So you know, that's the one thing is once you start doing that, it also gets in your blood.
Yeah, it does.
Even though Robert Jones is not a play-by-play guy, the guy lives, eats, and breathes the opportunity to do the announcing of the games and stuff and give the players names, and the enthusiasm that he delivers there, it's wonderful. So we definitely want to say we thank everybody that's out here watching the games. There he is right now. We're just talking about Robert Jones. Look at that guy. Don't really know. You'll have to ask Rory when we're done, and he'll be able to give you the kudos and also tell you what. Daniel, doing an excellent job over there in the camera for today. We do appreciate that. We've got everything going on that you could want, including a beautiful day the Lord has given us to watch a little baseball. So it's probably time we make room for these guys because they're getting a little chomping at the bit themselves. So thanks for everything. You know, Robert's always, you know, he's 5 steps ahead whenever, you know. So, but we definitely want to make sure that. Probably didn't give you enough information about the game. We'll let Carlo Jimenez do that as he's getting ready to broadcast.
We got to let him do a little work.
We got to let him do something. You know, the guy's very good at what he does, so let's let him do that. You've got a couple people you want to say hello to, or a couple items.
Yeah, Spike, it's been a pleasure working with you, buddy. Hope you enjoyed today's
We're going to miss him.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be a long off season. We'll have to see about getting you a new pot to live in there, bud. And, and of course, Maggie the Mouser. Gotta say hello to Maggie the Mouser, and a personal one, my dear Serenity. How you doing, kid? So,
got one for myself. Not to do. On the 11th of August will be my granddaughter's 6th birthday, so I want to share that with Molly and also her sister Asa. Couldn't go away without saying good hello to my granddaughters as they're getting ready for a special day. Hopefully next year, number 7 will be out one of these things, so we'll see. But
there we go.
Definitely make room for what's coming up next, which is some exciting Wild Wild West League baseball as the championship day is finally here. So let's get out of here and make room.
Yeah, let's go.
You got it. Thanks, buddy. It's always a pleasure. Ron Clark, Kevin Herbst, we're getting out of here, so stay around.